Stand on Marine Drive today and you'll see the Queen's Necklace, a glittering arc of 20 million dreams. But the ground beneath this concrete giant is a lie. It wasn't always a solid landmass. 2,000 years ago, there was no city, only 7 islands of volcanic basalt separated by dangerous swampy creeks. This was the domain of the Koli, the children of the sea, who lived by the tides for millennia. They worshipped Mumbadevi, the fisher goddess. It is from her name that Mumbai is eternally derived. In the hills, Buddhist monks carved cathedrals into the rock, seeking peace while the world outside ignored these islands. For centuries, local dynasties like the Silharas ruled, unaware that global powers were eyeing their deep-water harbor. The islands were a rugged frontier, a place of salt air, thick mangroves, and the relentless roar of the monsoon. Arab and Persian traders stopped here, but the islands remained a scattered archipelago, strategically quiet and disconnected. That silence ended in 1534. The Portuguese arrived. The Portuguese built forts and churches, but they struggled to tame the malaria-ridden swamps between the 7 islands. In 16th, Catherine of Braganza was betrothed to King Charles II of England. As part of her dowry, the King of Portugal handed the islands of Bombay to the British Crown. King Charles II didn't want it. He called the islands insignificant and leased them to the East India Company. The price for the future of Mumbai? Just £10 of gold a year. A bargain that changed the world. The company saw what the kings didn't, a natural harbor deep enough to hold the world's largest navies. Governor Gerald Aungier invited traders from everywhere, Parsis, Jews and Hindus, promising religious freedom and land. The Parsis arrived first, bringing their mastery of shipbuilding and finance, laying the foundation of Mumbai's wealth. Bombay became a fortress, but the 7 islands were still separated by deadly, flood-prone breaches of seawater. Governor William Hornby defied his superiors to start the Hornby Vellard, the most ambitious project in Indian history. They began to block the sea. It was a war against the tides, filling the gaps between the islands. For over a century, millions of tons of rock and earth were dumped into the ocean. The 7 islands were dying. In their place, a single unified peninsula was emerging from the salt. In 1803, the Sion Causeway connected the islands to the mainland, opening the gates for migration. By 1838, the Colaba Causeway was finished. The final gap was closed. The archipelago was officially a city. Technology of the Industrial Revolution was turned against the Arabian Sea, draining the swamps forever. Where there was once mud and mangroves, there were now boulevards. The stage was set for greatness. Mumbai was now one land. It was no longer an island. It was a hungry, growing beast.
1861, the American Civil War breaks out. The world's supply of southern cotton vanishes overnight.
Europe was desperate. They looked to the only other place that could grow white gold, India.
Wealth flooded into Bombay like a tidal wave. The price of cotton rose by 1,000%. In 1853, the first train in Asia had already run from Boribandar to Thane. Now it carried cotton. Mumbai became the Manchester of the East.
Thousands of migrants from the countryside flooded the city to work the looms, creating the city's working-class heart.
With so much money, the city needed a market. In 1875, the Native Share and Stockbrokers Association was born.
Mumbai was now the financial capital of the East, the urbs prima in Indies. The British used the cotton wealth to build a city that looked like a Gothic dream in the tropics. A cathedral for the steam engine, blending Italian Gothic with Indian motifs.
Libraries, hospitals and universities rose. Mumbai was becoming a center of enlightenment and learning. But in 1896, disaster struck. The bubonic plague arrived on a ship from Hong Kong.
Thousands died every week. The city was paralyzed by fear. The rich fled, the poor were trapped.
The authorities burned entire neighborhoods to stop the disease, leading to the creation of the City Improvement Trust. The plague forced Mumbai to expand. New sanitary suburbs like Dadar were built, moving the population north. In 1903, J.N. Tata opened the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, reportedly because he was denied entry to European-only hotels.
To welcome King George V, the Gateway of India was commissioned. It would become the city's most iconic symbol.
By the 1920s, Mumbai was a modern metropolis. Trams, electricity, and the first cars filled the streets. The first city was also the heart of the resistance. Mumbai became the center of the freedom struggle. The streets of Mumbai saw blood and fire as the city demanded its own destiny. In 1942, at Gwalior Tank, Gandhi gave the call, "Quit India." The British Empire began to tremble. Independence finally came in 1947. The air was thick with the scent of freedom and a million possibilities.
In 1948, the last British troops marched out through the gateway. The colonial era was officially over.
Post-war Mumbai became the engine of a new India. Industry, aviation, and science found their home here. At Bombay, the dawn of the atomic age began. Mumbai was no longer just a port, it was a powerhouse. In 1960, after intense protests, Mumbai became the capital of the new state of Maharashtra. The city's identity was evolving. It was reclaiming its roots while reaching for the stars. Then came the Dream Factory. Bollywood turned Mumbai into a global cultural superpower. The angry young man was born in the slums of Mumbai, fighting against a system that felt broken. But the 70s and 80s also brought a darker side. The decline of the cotton mills left thousands unemployed. In the vacuum, the underworld rose. Smuggling gangs and dawn culture became a grim reality of the city. The city faced its darkest days during the 1992 riots. Mumbai was wounded, but not broken. In 1995, the city officially changed its name. Mumbai was back, a tribute to the goddess and the local identity. The economy opened up. Glass skyscrapers began to rise in the old mill lands of Lower Parel. Mumbai has faced terror and floods, but each time the Mumbai spirit brings the city back to its feet. Today, the Bandra Worli Sea Link stands as a testament to modern engineering, a bridge to the future. Under the ground, a new web is being woven. The metro is transforming the way 20 million people move.